Ndị be anyị ekene m unu ọzọ na n'ụbọchị uhuruchi tata. Daalụ unu ka unu si wee na-esonyere anyị n'ihe anyị na-eme n'elu akwụkwọ n'ụbọchị nke taa na Eastern News 24. Anyị sị ka ụbọchị nke taa mara na anyị mma. Anyị sị na nche na ya dị ka echi na echi ada agwụ agwụ. Otu anyị kwuru otu a ka ya dịrịrị. Ise ise ise. Anyị dịka o si dị dịka anyị si kwuo unu nkwa na anyị ga-ewetara unu daily update gbasịta maka ihe na-eme na ala Igbo ana gbasịta maka ihe na-eme na the old Eastern region. Anyị kwere unu nkwa na anyị ga-ewetara unu ya n'iru akwụkwọ n'oge ọbụla. Ka o si dị, anyị wetakwara unu ife anyị na-akpọ nnukwu ife anyị na-akpọ ya morning tea ka anyị ji ya wee malụ n'iru akwụkwọ. Gbasịta maka ogesị ihe Biafran Prime Minister answers so many questions na-abọda ndị mmadụ maka referendum nke a chọrọ ịtụ. So mma chọkwa unu ga-ya bụ ife unu ga-esi unu adrọpụrụ kọmentị unu ife ichere gbasịta maka ihe ndị a niile Prime Minister kwuru n'iru akwụkwọ. Alright, over to you, sir.
Drop the Bible, he will pick the Quran, and it is working beautifully. As of today, half of Abakaliki has converted to Islam. As of today, the largest Islamic study center in Nigeria is in Igbo land, in Ebonyi State. If you monitor the news, January this year, 18 young Igbo men converted to Islam at the National Mosque in Abuja. It was carried live on NTA. The governors of Sokoto and the governor of Bauchi gave each one of them 5 million naira each. Your governor, Roger Okorocha, gave them 2 million naira. Ex-governor Jules Okalu gave them 1 million naira. Of course, Roger has not turned around and said no, that he did not give them any money. Something that NTA carried. I got the privilege to go to some parts of Igbo land and do this presentation. I have told the Igbo brethren, don't expect bomb. There will be no AK-47. Expect Naira rain. They will pump money into Igbo land. And they are pumping money into Igbo land. If you are from the East, please get in touch with our people there. Tell them everything is not money. Don't sell your birthright. 3 plans for Igbo land, encourage Muslim business. To marry Hausa Muslims. That's the plan. They have activated it. I'm telling you something that was planned 30 years ago. And as you are sitting down here, if I ask you, can you show me the strategy document of the church? The church has no plan. We are just trying to draw up one now. The church has no plan. Islam has put its own in place 30 years ago. They are implementing it step by step. Southwest. Islam said concerning Yoruba land, both Islam and Christianity are superficial. That is, if a Yoruba man tells you he's a Muslim, but he tells you he's a Christian, you say, don't mind him. It's not a serious one. He's not committed to any other religion. That the real religion of the Yoruba man is traditional worship. Their strategy for Yoruba land is that they will start an Islamic movement that looks like Christianity. That Islamic movement will be meeting on Sunday morning. They will call themselves brothers and sisters. They will do wedding like Christians. They will do vigil like Christians. They will do praise and worship like Christians. If you buy land for your campground on Lagos by the express road, they will buy their own land. When you are having your Holy Ghost service, they will have their holy service without the ghost. So that in the process of time, the Muslim in Yoruba land will see no difference between Christianity and Islam. When you now go out on evangelism and you are trying to convert Muslims, they will tell you, they are serving the same God. Why? Whatever you are doing in the church, they are doing in the mosque. OIC agenda. It's been in place. You are seeing it with your eyes, but you don't know what you are seeing. 30 years ago. The question now is, what is your response? South, nothing much. All they said is, Let us look for radical youths in the South, give them scholarships in Arab nations, convert them, and send them back. Their first experiment at Sadidukubo, it worked beautifully. They've taken hundreds of
Good evening, fellow Biafrans all over the world. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the press that have gathered here this evening to listen to the space in response to the Secretary, United States of America, Secretary of State, visit to the Islamic State of Nigeria in the middle of conflict. Let me start by referencing the declaration of the 1776 July 4th of the United States of America. The unanimous declaration of the 13th United States of America, when in the course of a human event, it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political band, which have connected them with another, and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature of God entitle them. A decent respect to the opinion of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which impel them to the separation. We hold this truth to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That to secure this right, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. That whenever any form of government become destructive of this end, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it, and to institute new government, laying its foundation on such principle and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. Prudence indeed will dictate that government long established should be changed for light and transient causes. And accordingly, all experience has shown that mankind are more disposed to suffer, while evil are sufferable, than to right themselves by abolishing the form to which disposed to suffer. But when a long train abuses and usurpation, pursuing invariably the same objective, evinces a design to reduce them under absolute disposition. It is their right. It is their duty to throw off such government and to provide new guard for their future security. Such has been pertinent. Sovereignty of these colonies, and such is now the necessity which constrained them to alter their former system of government. The history of the present King of Great Britain is a history of repeated injuries and usurpations, all having indirect and object the establishment of an absolute tyranny over the state. To prove this, let fact be submitted to a candid world. These were the wording of the United States of America Declaration of Independence on July 4th, 1776. The United States of America that gave Blinken the power, the impetus to fly to Nigeria and represent America today as an independent state. He went there. I was expecting them to ask questions concerning separatists. They could not summon the courage, because the heat has come earlier before this press briefing. I listened very attentively. None of the question borders on the insecurity in Nigeria. None of the question borders on the so-called separatists in Nigeria. None of the question borders on those things, nonsense noise they are making on social media and in their media space. The question borders on two-state creation of Palestine. It's a disgrace. So Biafra people, there is no cause for alarm. When confronted with the question of two-state in Gaza, of course, Blinken showed the dubious character he displayed. Could not answer that question straight. However, we have no permanent enemy and we have no permanent friend. And we, the Biafra people of this current generation, does not change our policies according to whom we meet. We does not change our stand according to who talk to us. Our principle remain firm and stand. We doesn't change our principle. So, those who want us to be friends, we will be friends. Those who does not want us to be friends, we don't want to be friends with them. We have better people in America who understand the plight of Biafra people than the so-called Blinken and his group. They are leaving office very soon. I just want to respond to them that Blinken, if not for the Declaration of Independence State of America in 1776, there will be no Blinken today. If America did not take bold steps, just like Simon Ekpa is taking the risk today, and many Biafrans taking the same risk today, there will be no Blinken. If America did not take this particular bull by its horn against Britain, there will be no America today. Do you people understand it? But today, these are the people who want to tell you the policy. They call it foreign policy. These are the people who turn around after they have fought for their own freedom, enjoying themselves from 1776 till now. They are now telling you how to live your life. They tell you, no, you don't need to declare freedom. No, let us go in peace. They did not go in peace. They fought Britain. The same Britain we are fighting today, the evil Britain did to America have not ended. Britain have not changed on Biafra. That same policy they inflicted on America is the same policy they have inflicted on Biafrans. And our own is worse. And America, not all America, but few corrupt individuals in America who did not understand what freedom fighting is all about. Because Blinken doesn't know anything about freedom fighting. He was not part of those who fought for America. He was born in a platter of gold. He was born in a free world. He was born in a free America. He was not part of it. So he doesn't know what it means to fight for freedom. However, I want to assure Biafra people today that our fight is against the Islamic State of Nigeria, against their military, against their police, against every forces under Nigeria carrying arms in Biafra land. And again, there was no question about separatists. There was no comment about Southeast, South-South. There was no comment about anything Biafra, which is good. They avoided it. But let me tell you one thing. It is deeper than you can ever imagine. They pretend they doesn't take us serious. They pretend that, oh, do not talk about these separatists too. Don't bring them. Don't talk. But behind the door, they discuss it. Behind the door, the main topic today is Biafra. Behind the door, Blinken will be talking about Biafra. The same Blinken, immediately he became the Secretary of State of America. The first thing he did was to remove Nigeria from the country that persecutes Christians. Even when he has not arrived in Nigeria. He was touring Africa. He was from one African country. Before he arrived in Nigeria, he removed them from the list of countries that persecute Christians. Today, nobody asked question about the removal of Nigeria from the country that persecute Christians, about the protests of Christian community and many organizations against the United States that they should include Nigeria as a country that persecute Christians. None of those people ask those questions, ask such questions, because they have arranged it. Country of crime, scam, and criminals. They have arranged the people that are supporting the Islamic State to ask questions. They avoided pertinent questions that has to do with their so-called Nigeria. These are the questions that they should have asked. But of course, it is one-sided. Those who support the government are the ones that are allowed to ask questions. The most important question in the midst of the killings going on in Nigeria today should have been, what is going on with including Nigeria as a country that persecutes Christians? What was the ground for removing Nigeria? These are the questions. Validate or, to validate, give a validation to why America removed Nigeria from the country that. These are the things. Let Blinken defend the removal of Nigeria. They could not do that because all this is about Biafra. Yet, they couldn't ask any question about Biafra. All this is about Simon Ekpa is killing military. Simon Ekpa is killing police. Oh, this guy have killed all the security forces. What can we do? That is what they are going to discuss behind the door. But you know what? I want to assure Biafrans that we are not shaking. You see this? We will take this giant gorilla or giant Goliath and we are going to fall it. I want to assure Biafrans one thing today. We will show the world what democracy is all about. That's why we are adopting democratic process, guerrilla war, every approach, every mechanism, everything that we can do to get our freedom is what we are doing. And we call it multi-dimensional approach. They say we cannot get it by gun. We are now adopting the referendum. They say we cannot get it by referendum because they will not validate it. We have carried a gun. They say it cannot be gun. We have beginning to delegitimize them. They say it is not like that. All the multinational corporations in Nigeria operating in Biafra territory will be decolonized. The decolonization has started. I want Biafrans to understand that this giant, we must fall it. And it is going to happen this year. in 2023, when we were building the foundation of Biafra government, a lot of people do not understand it. This is not the time to stay by the side and begin to watch how it will go. It is the time you come in and support this government financially. You know, when the enemy want to attack you, they will begin to give you emotional blackmail, telling you, oh, everything is about finance. Everything is about finance. Without finance, you go nowhere. And that's why they always try to mock you. Everything is about finance, so that some of you who doesn't have liver, you will back down. Oh, okay, let us not talk about finance. How are you going to buy gun? How are you going to buy bullet? How are you going to buy many things that you need in order to face this terrorist state? It is finance. Ukraine today, America is funding Ukraine. They have not succeeded and they are still at war. Every day, Ukraine is sourcing for money from one country to another. And that is how it is going to be until they finish and win the war, if they can win at all. So one thing I want to tell Biafrans today is that when they think that they will come with their shenanigan by inviting Secretary of State, so that they will pretend that they will come to demonstrate that, oh, America is with us. America will not come to Biafra land and fight. Blinken cannot carry AK-47 to come and kill us. That is the one thing I want to assure. And they can never send military to come and kill us. We will fight them back. Believe me, this is a very delicate issue. When you come, there are countries standing by that will embrace us. So I want Biafrans not to shake. This year, we will declare the restoration of independent state of Biafra for the benefit of mankind, for the benefit of America itself, for the benefit of Europe, because if Nigeria is not disintegrated by force, they will become a threat to America and Europe. Of course, people like Blinken are only protecting their own political interest. It is not the interest of Americans. Because when Nigeria will sponsor terrorist attack in America, it is not going to go to Blinken house to kill. They are not going to go to Blinken house to kill him. They will target American populace and American citizens. When Abdul Muttalab wanted to bomb America, none of the American politicians were in the plane. The plane were carrying ordinary American citizens. So their target can never be all these politicians who depend on their selfish interests and does not think anything about their citizens. So Blinken coming to Nigeria does not validate anything. It can never stop the disintegration of Nigeria. It can never stop Biafrans from carrying arms for self-defense. It can never stop us from making sure that we neutralize the terrorists in our land who come in the name of Nigeria Army. And the best thing is that it was not even discussed publicly. So my fellow Biafran, as you can see, we have more listeners on this space than whatever that was listening to Blinken. On channel television, there were just 600 people, including myself. Here we have over 800 listening without much notice. And they say democracy is by the majority, by the people, and for the people. We control the media. We have defeated Nigeria. Today we are going to conduct self-referendum under the Biafra government in exile. And it is electronic voting, e-voting system. There will be no rigging. Your only job as a Biafran is to make sure you vote, mobilize Biafrans, your fellow Biafrans, or your family members to go and vote for Biafra referendum. We are looking for 20 million plus. 20 million plus because the people that register to vote in the entire Biafra territory during the Nigeria shambolic election was 25 million people, or 24 million. From that 24 million, over 20 million people boycotted this shambolic election called Nigeria on the order of the Biafra government. They boycotted it. Everybody witnessed it. So we are looking for that 20 million. That is the number we are looking for to start with. Let us see after this referendum, let us see who will come and stand on our way. And like I have said, for those who are asking questions, listening attentively what is going to happen after the referendum. After the referendum, we will call the result. When we call the result during the convention, the second convention and the historic convention in Finland, we will now intensify the guerrilla warfare after the declaration. Our target then will be government houses, making sure we give them order, ultimatum, to leave Biafra land. Failing to leave the next day, immediately the end of that ultimatum is given, the next day, our target will be government houses. Our target will be barracks, because this is where they stay to plan the killings of Biafra people. And to defend our land, our women, and our children, we must go to the government house to neutralize them. We must make sure there is no Nigeria radio station will be operating in Biafra territory under this government after the declaration. This is where we are going, our people. There is clear direction. There is clear road to where we are going. After that, when we have gained our ground, we will use prisoners to exchange other prisoners that they have captured in Biafra land, including our leader, Mazin Amdikan. This is the way forward, my people. And on this note, I will welcome questions and answer for those who are still confused about what we are doing. The host, co-host, and the Minister of Information and the Deputy, over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, the indomitable PM of the Biafran people, the Agone Chamber 1 of Biafra. Biafran salutes your courage and tenacity and your stand. One Nigeria is just a giant when it comes to massacring babies, women, and children, and men. And they are not giants in any other thing that has to do with preservation of lives. So, America has funded One Nigeria before with Super Tucano and many other weapons, which they use to massacre the indigenous people, specifically the Biafran people in Biafra land. I don't know where their Lehi law has gone, that they cannot look into their Lehi law, but because of their corruption and the foundation which One Nigeria is built and what they stand to gain as interest, they will never go for what is right. That is why they will see no peace until Biafra is restored. My Minister Vam Vam Vam, I salute you from there and every other Biafrans in this space. Like my PM said, those that are still confused and need clarifications on one or two things, throw in your questions. My Minister said something before we give the mic to the Biafran people. Thank you.
Thank you, my able leader, Minister of Information. And I want to appreciate our PM. Thank you so much, PM. And without further ado, we can see that we are on the winning side and on winning ways. Just like the PM always would say, we are airborne and there's nothing that can stop us. You know, this victory is already contagious. So many people that have been singing One Nigeria before, today you see some of the SAN, even those that fought for Tinubu, people like Olisaba Koba and the rest of them, they are the ones even crying today and saying that Nigeria, there is nobody that said that we cannot break or Nigeria cannot break. They are the ones that are already singing it. And then all we need to do is to just keep paving our ways, because we have given the templates. And I bet you with my 10 fingers and my 10 toes, all these ignorables will follow suit very, very soon. Some of them will be starting very late because we have gone very, very far. Please bring your questions up. Let the questions be 60 seconds because the PM might just want to end it quickly. So do it very quickly so that we'll be able to cover up the number of people that are here. my Minister of Information, I will be here to take them out, bring them in, and let's go. Thank you very much, my Minister.
Please, questions first and go straight to the point. Clary Dims, pick the mic, please. Clary Dims, pick the mic. Clary Dims, pick the mic, please. Clary Dims, are you there? Pick the mic.
I am here. Thank you very much. Thanks for this opportunity. Thank you, my Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa Njoku. First, I want to make a comment and then I'll ask the question. I believe the comment is, I believe Secretary Blinken is still in Nigeria tonight. And I think he's probably using a fake account to listen to us. If he's not doing that, I hope he gets this recorded space meeting and try and listen to what we're doing here. That's my comment to him, and that's my message to him. But my question to you, Prime Minister, is that it seems to be, you know, we just look. I mean, personally, I'm looking at it literally. It seems to me that there is some development, changes happening within the Nigerian space, where the current president is moving some strategic places from Abuja to Lagos, and you can see the northern group, they are all jumping up and down the place. Their information we don't know about Abuja that is going to happen, which they are not telling the citizen. If they think they can't defend Abuja and they want to move all their strategic places back to Lagos, I just want to ask you this question. I know you might want to just tell us what you know about that or your opinion about what's happening and how it's going to impact on what we are doing. Thank you.
Thank you very much. First of all, I want to inform Biafrans that when Blinken came to Finland, I submitted a letter to him. And that letter was given to him by his own personal security here in Finland. That was last year. So, and I believe that he read that letter very, very well. Because what we are doing is a lot of people don't know what is going on. To your question about relocation of strategic offices to Lagos, of course, Tinubu is preparing for Biafra and Nigeria breakup. He knows very well. He knows that I can never, ever betray Biafra people and I can never back down. He knows that we have gone too far and he knows we have the template to break Nigeria up. Every one of them knows that, including the pig in the creek. I know how they cry and I know what they are saying. So Tinubu is aware that Nigeria has come to an end. So what he's trying to do now is to grab whatever he can grab to the Yoruba side. While the Northerners are feeling so disappointed because they thought he was going to die the next day. He was pain in his pant. They don't know that the man is a criminal, a born criminal. He was just acting. Small time you will see something coming from his pant. They say, oh, Tinubu is peeing. He's going to die tomorrow. And then small time he will carry drip, carry this one, and was walking up and down. And very soon he behave as if he wanted to fall down. They will hold him. And Shetima was saying, move on. You move on, you can make it. They were thinking that he's going to die the next day. That is exactly the same thing Buhari did before he died. Now, after they declare him winner, thinking that the Boko Haram will become the president and all that, the man never entered Aso Rock and sleep overnight. As I'm talking to you today, the only thing that will make Tinubu to sleep in Abuja tonight is that Blinken is there, and maybe he can sleep there. Tinubu is ruling Nigeria from Lagos, the same way Hope Uzodinma is ruling Imo State from Abuja. That is what is going on. So, Fulani are disappointed. They never expected that Tinubu is going to be alive. And they haven't seen the way, the momentum of the Biafra liberation and what the Biafra Liberation Army doing to the terrorists they are bringing to the southeast. The man have smelled breakup of Nigeria. So he decided to move everything to Lagos. And it is not going to go down with Fulani. You don't know what is coming. We have put in confusion that can never, ever be healed. And he cannot stop because deep down inside him, he can't stop it because he knows that the future is not bright. This man, Tinubu, traveled all the way from Nigeria to Germany to go and tell the German chancellor about me, how Simon Ekpa is killing military, Simon Ekpa is killing police. What can we do? What can the European Union do to stop him? He cannot be in Finland. And after talking those rubbish, the chancellor told him, go and approach him. So it means that everything has failed. And the only thing Tinubu can do is to start moving the strategic offices back to Lagos. In case, that is what is happening now. And believe me, Fulanis don't even understand, or maybe they do, because those of them that are funding Hopus or them are giving him money for arms and all that, they understand what is going on. They have approached Tinubu several times to make comment. He refused to make comment on Biafra. He is doing this secretly. That's why he is meeting this, meeting that, having meeting with Supreme Muslim Council, Muslim Khan, because there is no Christian Association of Nigeria in existence as of today. No Christian will go pilgrimage in Turkey, and you call yourself a Christian. So these are Muslim people that they wear their agbada, you know, this the Reverend Father, what is it called? The kaftan also, like they did during the campaign. Everybody see how they hired Muslims to wear Reverend Father's clothes and they tag them Christian. This is what is happening. So everybody you see in camp today, Christian Association of Nigeria, they are all Muslim. They use them and they change the pilgrimage from Israel to Turkey. What is the similarity between Israel and Turkey? That somebody will now begin to go as a Christian to a Muslim country as you are going for pilgrimage. And it has been happening since 2022, even. Buhari, they inherited it. So, my sister, what is happening is in preparation for Nigeria breakup. And we are going to make it happen. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That outfit you're talking about is called Jalabia. That's the one they wear.
Jalabia. Thank you very much. That's what they hired and wear Muslim people to pretend as if they are Christians. They are not Christians. Because no Christian will agree to go to pilgrimage in Turkey.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, Chukuma Eze. Pick the mic, and people should understand that the Prime Minister does not have too much time. Please go straight to the point and hit it. Thank you.
Yeah. Please, if you go beyond 60 seconds, we'll stop you. 60 seconds.
Greetings, my Prime Minister. Greetings, great Biafra. My Prime Minister, thank you so much, because you guys are just like government where they follow their citizens bumper to bumper. Coming out to give us a speech at this particular point in time when this evil man visited the zoo. Over here in the United States, there's inflation everywhere. We need that money, and it's giving it to a terrorist government. But anyway, Biafra is here to stay. What I want to say, in regards to after our self-referendum and followed by the declaration of Biafra, you said an ultimatum is going to be given to the zoo government and every of their representatives to leave Biafra land. I just want to know, is the government going to put like some security measures so that when the heat starts, our citizens and Biafras will be safe? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Your citizen or our citizen of Biafra are safe. Now that particular measure is already there. The only thing is that we are going to beef it more after the declaration. But whether our citizens are free and secure at this point, yes, to some certain extent. You can agree with me that you will no longer hear the burning of villages and houses like before. That does not mean that they don't try to do it every once in a while, but we have been able to give them the heat of their life, that even if you post anybody to Southeast or South now, they are crying. They are crying bitterly. They will go inside their house and cry. Some of them will just leave the job. You know, many people have left the job just because they posted them to the Southeast. So that is the kind of the development at this point, and what we are doing. So we are protecting our citizens, but after the declaration, we are going to brief it more. Thank you.
Thank you. And we are looking forward to see you in the United States next month. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, Betty Ford. Betty Ford, you have the mic.
Thank you so much. Thank you all Biafrans for turning up in your great numbers according to our PM. Thank you everybody. Thanks to our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Thank you, my Prime Minister. I spoke to you last in year 2022. You have done so much for us. I thank you so much. You are a great man. I have just one question. Somebody from Homeland came to my program this evening, and the person was asking, how are they going to vote, and how long will the vote last? Is it going to end only on the 1st of February, or will it just carry on throughout that week? So that's my question.
Thank you very much. The vote will carry on until we get to a reasonable number that the government of Biafra need to get. So the people in media, you people in media should make sure that as soon as the vote starts, there is nothing else. There is nothing else to talk about other than telling people to go and vote and how to make their vote. It's very simple, very, very easy. So at this point, we are more interested in the number than than how long the voting will take.
Thank you very much, Mike.
Ndị be anyị daalụ nne nụ ụmụ ife kunu si wee na-esoro anyị n'ihe anyị na-eme. Anyị si n'ụbọchị nke taa mara na anyị mma o. Dịka anyị na-apụ n'ụbọchị nke taa, anyị si na ya dịrị nche anyị na mma. Ọ ya dịrị mma na Eke, dịrị mma na Orie, dịrị mma na Afọ, dịkwazịrị mma na Nkwọ. Ụzọ anyị anọ nke ndị Igbo ji bi na ọ ya dịrị anyị na mma. Otu anyị kwuru otu aka ọ ya dịrịrị. Ise ise ise. Dịka ị nụrụ ihe Biafran Prime Minister kwuru n'iru akwụkwọ dịgasị iche iche, ọzọ dịka ibe ya bụ ka ife nwere ikwu gbasịta maka ya bụ ife ndị a niile okwu gasị n'iru akwụkwọ. Drọpụọla ya on the comment below. Nke ọzọkwa bụ chetakwa na ihe a bụkwa Eastern News 24 ka anyị si wee na-echetala unu, wee na-ewetakwala unu ana wee na-ewetakwala unu ya bụ ọmalịcha ife na ọmalịcha ihe a dị oke mkpa n'ala Igbo. Daalụ na ụmụnne m, ngwanụ ka emesịanụ ụmụ Igbo.